Hey guys, how's it going? This is Delonte, aka 2K, and you are chilling with 2K. So, I just watched the newest episode of Star Wars Rebels. I figure you know that if you're watching the video. But the episode's called Forgotten Droid. So, obviously, this episode must be a little bit about Chopper, we figure. And it is. The entire episode is about Chopper. So, this was a fun little episode. I had a good time with this one. It almost felt like filler, but I don't think it was. There's a little part in there that I feel like is going to be rather important for the rest of the series. But for the next three episodes, I think we're getting for the rest of the series. But for the rest of this particular season, at least. But I'm gonna get into that in a second. So start from the top. Hera and the crew, they need some fuel for the rebel fleet that they are traveling with, so they end up going to an Imperial outpost to get the fuel cells that they have on this outpost. Well, yes, they do successfully steal these the fuel cells. However, they end up leaving someone behind, old Chopper. Chopper sees this leg that looks very much like one of the white ones that he has, because he has a white one and a green one, and he's trying to balance it out. So he really wants to get this white one. Well, he ends up stealing it from the merchant that's there. Everybody's stealing stuff in this episode. It's weird. But he ends up stealing it from the merchant there, and since the crew has definitely left him now, he's got to find a way off the planet, while at the same time getting away from the stormtroopers that are chasing him as well. So he ends up hiding out on a freighter. Well, on this freighter, there is a inventory droid that's very badly treated by the captain. He's just trying to help out, just trying to do his job, but the captain doesn't like him and wants him to be replaced as soon as possible. So in the process of Chopper hiding out on this freighter, this inventory droid ends up finding him. Well, some shenanigans ensue, and these two end up teaming up because the imposter droid is upset because he's like, I'm not being very well treated. I used to be in the Clone Wars, and I feel like I'm better than this. But I am a droid. I gotta do what I'm told. But he doesn't like it. So Chopper says, you know what? I'm a war hero. I was in the Clone Wars too. I understand where you're coming from. This is why I say that this episode might have had something in there, because I feel like this little nugget of information is a little important. Chopper was in the Battle of Ryloth. So he story behind that we got from the episode. He was a droid for a Y-wing, and the Y-wing ends up crashing, and he actually gets saved by Hera. But he used to be in, and that's how he ends up joining the crew of the Ghost. But that's how he was in the Clone Wars. It's really cool, and I'd like to see a little bit more from that story too, because that would be a lot of fun to see. I'm always down for more Clone Wars battle stories and everything, so that would be a lot of fun to see more of. But these two become friends from this basic connection that they have, about the fact that they were both in the Clone Wars, and they end up helping each other get off the ship. So once again, once they decide, all right, let's team up and get down to it, more shenanigans ensue. They end up taking down the captain, at least for the first time, and gets in touch with the Ghost. And by this time, the Ghost is already back at the fleet, but they're being attacked by some Imperial ships. So they're trying to go ahead and hop out of there and get out as quickly as they can. Well, turns out that this inventory droid knows some information regarding what's going on in the Empire and what's going on with their fleets. And turns out that the system that the rebels are trying to jump to is actually being set up as a trap for them, because the Empire has already taken control of that system. So the inventory droid says, look, I got somewhere else for y'all to go. Just give me a second and I'll send you the coordinates. In the process of him sending the coordinates over, he ends up getting shot by the captain, who has now woken up and is like, you're not getting away with this. Well, Chopper's like, hold on. that's my boy. You ain't gonna hurt my boy. And Chopper ends up taking him down. Well, this but however, the inventory droid does end up sending off the coordinates, so they all manage to get out of there happy and free, and everybody's good. Well, the inventory droid ends up getting onto the Ghost, because I mean everybody, they take him on there for repairs. Sabine ends up repairing him, and this leads into probably my favorite moment in this particular episode. As soon as he comes to, Sabine tells him, we had to get you a new thermal sensor or whatever. We used Chopper's leg to do it, the leg that he just stole. And the droid's kind of touched. He's like, oh wow, you actually used that to save me? And then as soon as he says that, he completely flips and says, I knew something was wrong with you. Your logic sensors are all screwed up and all messed up. And they just get to bickering back and forth. And this reminds me a lot of 3PO and R2. Now, I personally would like to see more. I hope that this isn't just a one and done for this inventory droid. I keep calling him inventory droid because I don't know what his actual name is. If they said it, I definitely missed it. But I really hope that they keep him around, because here's the thing. 3PO and R2 are they're the staples of Star Wars. Aside from Luke and Vader, when you see 3PO and R2, you know that's Star Wars. And it's not just them, it's their relationship. You expect to see them together. You expect to see them bicker. You know, that's part of it. And it'd be nice to bring that into this show, into this series. That would be really cool to see. Because they have their own little kind of dynamic going on. 3PO and R2 are a little more, you know, proper in a sense and whatnot. These guys are definitely like, they're kind of everyday droids. This kind of the way I look at them, and especially the way that they talk to each other. They're kind of everyday droids, which is really cool to see. And it'll be cool to see that dynamic continue. I mean, we only have 2-3 more episodes in this season, but it would be cool if they keep them around and we get to see more of their relationship throughout the show. So I hope that they keep them around. I hope that we keep something like this in this particular series. But that's all I got for you today. Again, if you like this video, hit the like button down there. More importantly than anything, comment and tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the video. Tell me what you think about the episode. If you know any more information about, you know, any of the droids, Chopper or the inventory droid, or just anything in general, you know, put it down there. Let's start a conversation. Or you can find me on Twitter at @D_Tyrell. Find me on there. Talk to me there. You know, let's the whole reason why I'm doing this is so that we can talk. So let's start a conversation about this stuff and learn more together and whatnot. So once again, thanks for chilling with me, and until next time.